Good morning! Welcome back to A Life Worth Living. I'm Frederick Groth, and I believe that God has a plan and purpose for everyone. I have a message of hope and truth to show you a life worth living. This morning, we're in Judges chapter 4. And the next judges, judge, that we're going to talk about is Deborah. Now, Deborah was a prophetess, and we're going to step back a moment, because before we get to Deborah, we need to understand that there was a Canaanite king who was oppressing Israel. Now, the Canaanite king shouldn't have been able to oppress Israel. If Israel had done what they were called to do, if Israel had done what God commissioned them to do, if Israel had done what God promised them they could do, the Canaanite king would not have been in power to oppress them. So God calls this prophetess Deborah to judge Israel, to help bring them back to the ways of God. And she calls on Barak. Now, Barak was a warrior that she called to lead the armies of Israel into battle and defeat this king. However, she made a point. She said, I want you to lead our armies. And he said, I will if you will come with us. And she made this point, be it known that you will not get the glory for this victory. A woman will. Now, when you first start reading this chapter, you just assume that Deborah is the one going to get the glory. Not so much. See, there was a lady named Jael, or Yael in Hebrew, and that's probably terrible pronunciation. And she was part of the tribe of the Kenites, which came from Moses' father-in-law. And she saw the hand of God working in Deborah and Barak, and she wanted to help. And so the general of this king ran from the battle. They were losing, and he ran from the battle, and he went to Jael's tent. And she said, come in, I'll protect you. She went in, got him food and milk and drink, and he went to sleep. And she nailed him to the floor, killed him. She's the one who got the glory for the battle. Now, having said all that, in the last few seconds of this video, let me ask you this. What have you allowed to stay in your life that someone else is going to have to come in and point out to you and get the glory for, so to speak, to help you get the victory over it, because you haven't done what you should do, what you've been promised to do, and what God gave you the ability to do? That's a hard question to answer, but it is got to be answered. We have to answer that question of ourselves. What have we allowed to live in our life that is going to eventually oppress us? Now, get some external help and find it, because if you don't find it, it will destroy you. Because I need you to get up and live a life worth living. God bless you. Have an amazing day.